Now he's got the odds-on favorite
story right here on Supercard of the Television Championship Tournament. Hello, everyone. Craig Johnson along with Scott Hudson. Bonnie Blackstone and Joe Pedicino will be joining us with some special features. But up first, it will be semifinal action as we recap and show you all the action of the semifinals leading to today's culminating matches. The playoff match first between Chris Walker and the Patriot.
As we said last time on the show, Craig, two perfectly sculpted bodies. The Patriot, Chris Walker. There has never been a more even match in the history of professional wrestling, in my opinion. These two guys are going to have the match of the show. What is really bad here, Craig, is that the loser of this match is out of the tournament. That should be the championship match. But because Buddy Landell is the odd man out, he won or lost, however you want to look at it, the coin flip, he's going to get that rest period. Then he is going to get to go to the final match against the winner of the match between Chris Walker and the Patriot.
And we will see both the playoff match and the championship match. But up next, we'll take a look at how the three men got into the finals when we return on Supercard.
This ESPN network program is brought to you by Natural Light from Anheuser-Busch. Where there's good food and good times, it's only natural.
Hey, Jim, burgers ready?
Just one more dash of my homemade hot sauce. Ah, perfect.
Hot sauce?
Marinated the chili peppers myself.
Oh, just the way I like them. Where there's good food and good times, it's only natural. Natural Light from Anheuser-Busch.
Tasty. Anybody seen my hat? Say your prayer.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Nice work, Frank. What?
The only cop smart enough.
The water's over there, Frank.
Brave enough. And man enough.
Give me the strongest thing you got.
To star in the only movie big enough.
How you doing, Trooper?
To be called The Naked Gun 2.5. The Smell of Fear. Rated PG-13. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
I'm here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and wipe it off. There's no rubbing, no buffing. Look how New Finish restored a deep, hard shine to even this weather-beaten old car. You see, New Finish is not a wax. It's a space-age polymer formula that shines better and lasts longer.
And here's proof. An independent laboratory tested New Finish against several leading brands of car polish. After simulating a full year of varying weather, New Finish had the highest gloss and actually retained 90% of its original shine.
Next, we polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. After all the harsh detergents and scrubbing, the water still beads. You'll find New Finish is great for fiberglass boats, too. So get New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. And between polishings, use New Finish Car Wash to clean your car.
New Finish Liquid, rated #1 by leading consumer magazines, available at Sears, Woolworth, Kroger, True Value, Ace Hardware, Western Auto, Eckerd Drug, Walgreens, Kmart, and other leading stores.
The fans already picking up the cheer. USA!
This should be a great match, Craig, as the Patriot, who has really impressed people in this GWF Television Championship Tournament, is facing the current Georgia All-Star Wrestling Television Champion, Bad Boy Billy Black.
We will have two more semifinal matches, and then we go to the finals in that interesting situation with a coin flip to determine who gets the bye straight in to the championship match, while the other two men have a playoff round.
An interesting concept for a tournament there, Craig, because in essence we're going to have three finalists. We're going to have that playoff to determine which two of the three, we're going to have the coin flip rather, to determine which two of the three should go into the final round, and somebody will get out of this thing going into a final round wrestling one less match. Very interesting, very innovative as part of the GWF Championship Committee.
Hip tosses by the Patriot, ready for action against Bad Boy Billy Black. Also on Supercard, we will see Makhan Singh against Chris Walker, Adrian Street against Buddy Landell. All three semifinals today. And at the end of the show, we will see the coin flip, the all-important coin flip, to determine who goes straight to the championship match.
Great action here today on Supercard, Craig. It's unbelievable how this tournament has turned into such a fantastic wrestling match after a fantastic wrestling match. Every match super on this super card.
Well, the Patriot, sent into the ropes by Billy Black, brings him down. Forehead meets the ring mat and a count of 2 by Sean O'Brien.
Can't say enough about the career of Billy Black. Only in the wrestling business less than 18, going on 19 months now. Has really skyrocketed to the top. Very popular in Japan. Several titles held in the Georgia area. Is now into the semifinals of the GWF Television Heavyweight Championship tournament. He is just number 1 with a bullet when it comes to young wrestlers. They used to call these type of wrestlers the young lions of wrestling, and I think Billy Black is certainly one of them. The only thing about Billy Black that I disagree with is his motives. In the ring, he takes those shortcuts, Craig, and he really doesn't need to. He's very talented, but he feels like he must. And against the Patriot, I don't think he's going to be able to get away with too much.
Billy Black spins around in a beautiful arm drag by the Patriot. The Patriot holding on to the arm bar now. And for a man who does such quick moves as bad boy Billy Black, we're talking about a guy who has gone, like you said, to Japan, gone around the world showing his stuff in his first 2 years of professional wrestling experience. And right now he's taking some punishment from the bigger man, the Patriot.
The Patriot's certainly a bigger man. He's bigger than 99.999% of the people here in the Global Dome. I don't know where that other 1,000th of 1% would be. Patriot just really put together. He loves America. He loves the kids. You'll see him at Little League baseball games. You'll see him at high school football games. You'll see him in churches. You'll see him in civic groups. You'll see him at hospitals, at nursing homes. You'll see him all over the community just doing that great community service work.
And there you see Billy Black trying to take one of those shortcuts that you were talking about, grabbing a hold of the tights with Sean O'Brien there to break it up immediately before even trying a count of 1, 2, 3 with the shoulders of the Patriot to the mat.
Well, one of the tenets of the GWF's creed is that we're going to have competent officiating, and they certainly have throughout this tournament here on Supercard and throughout all of the great GWF events.
There goes the Patriot, misses with a shoulder block as Billy Black out of the way. Black goes to the boots now. The Patriot set over the top rope. Billy Black just trying to get rid of the Patriot. Black goes up and out and hits the Patriot, sending him onto the stage. Billy Black punishing the Patriot, coming over the top. Now he goes once again to the top rope and comes down on top of the Patriot. We have never seen a man go flying like this in the Global Dome before. Billy Black trying to get the red, white, blue to stay down.
Unbelievable action on the part of Billy Black. We told you he's a very talented wrestler, but he takes those shortcuts. And the Patriot now struggling to get back into the ring as Billy Black, Billy Black is just unleashed on the red, white, and blue American, the Patriot.
The Patriot trying to get his bearings after punishment by Billy Black. Here comes Billy Black, who misses, goes over the top himself, and almost lands on one of the many members of the media at ringside. I guess that's why they've asked the ringside photographers, the still photographers, to stay back a little bit. The Patriot brings Billy Black in over the top. I guess turnabout is fair play. He went over the top in his own way and has to come back the same way.
Absolutely. Billy Black, big backdrop there by the Patriot. Billy Black now feeling the brunt of the Patriot's maneuvers. And there's one of those cheap shots. A little fist from the Patriot having none of it.
The Patriot with a drop kick, sending Black scurrying. Will bring him in. There's a count of 1, but the foot on the rope by the man from the Badlands.
Patriot loves to end things in his wrestling matches with that Patriot missile from the top rope, and Billy Black could be ripe for the picking here.
Hey, but don't forget about that incredible-looking moonsault of the bad boy, Billy Black.
Part of that Japanese wrestling style Billy Black is so adept at, the moonsaults, the Majwa-giri, the Inzua-giri. He can do all of the Japanese wrestling moves, which in Japan has made him one of the most favorite American wrestlers ever to come to the land of the rising sun. But he's wrestling in the United States against the ultimate American, the Patriot.
Look at those quick thrust kicks. Now going up to the second rope to take the kick to the side of the head of the Patriot. Now, going to try to take some of the air away from the man who hails from sea to shining sea through small towns across America. Into the ropes goes the Patriot. Ducking under two clotheslines, and it gets him with a flying shoulder. Count of one, count of two, three. The red, white, blue does it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the match, and so proud of the American flag, Patriot.
Today, we visited Mackinac, Harbor Springs, and the surrounding areas. Summer vacations, they pass by so fast. This year, we captured our summertime fun with photos. Then we took our film to Bayview 1 Hour Photo because they developed our color prints on premium Kodak Ektacolor Royal paper. Look at the sharp details, rich color, and beautiful finish in just 1 hour. Take your film to Bayview 1 Hour Photo and enjoy your prints on Kodak Royal paper. Bayview Photo, across from the Bayview Golf Course, Petoskey.
Come on, take a ride on Templars. Mackinac Island is a magical place, the jewel of Michigan. And the best way to get there is on Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry. Smooth, fast, exciting, and easy. Come on, take a ride on Templars. Templars, Mackinac Island Ferry. It's the easy way.
Live from New York, it's the Dodgers against the Mets, leading off ESPN's Friday night doubleheader.
Hi, this is Dennis Miller. If it happens in baseball, you'll see it on ESPN. If it doesn't, you won't.
Oh, my. But this great match in the ring. Well, if we had a pose down here.
Well, we are.
Oh, my.
Look at those lateral obliques on Makhan Singh, really impressive.
Isn't what the gut buster, the tummy sizer, or the easy glider?
Oh, good.
The abdominizer works on those lateral obliques.
Yeah, it certainly does, and apparently Makhan did a couple of them.
He's broken more than that. There they tie up, collar and elbow tie up, and Conan Chris Walker pushes the man from Pakistan back towards the ropes. What a good-looking guy Chris Walker is. A fan of the ladies, no doubt about that.
He's spent a lot of time in that gymnasium back in Atlanta, probably everywhere he goes. He's on the road all the time with the Global Wrestling Federation. He's like we said before, all these athletes with GWF in Barcelona, Spain, in Tokyo, Japan, in Mexico City, Mexico, all over the world, all over the globe, if you will, Craig, wrestling for the GWF. So I imagine Chris has to really struggle to find the gym to work out in, one that could meet his lofty specifications. He can't just go into mom and pop's gym over on Beaufort Highway somewhere and drop in and lift a few weights. He's got to go in there with some real weight, some real equipment to keep that body up.
Well, I don't think a weight machine in the world could prepare you for this. Look as he powers out. Beautifully done by Conan Chris Walker, and Makhan Singh very upset at the fact that this man is just so powerful. He's used to just, he says, okay, you try it on me and I'll show you how to power out.
Makhan Singh can play mind games with you. He could be setting Walker up here. Walker with that full Nelson on him, and watch Singh, see if he can come out of this. He's having just a little trouble.
Well, I think he might be singing a different tune now. Yes, he puts his foot over the top rope, or excuse me, the middle rope. I don't think he could reach the top rope.
I don't think I want to be near him if he ever could reach the top rope. Good counter wrestling there by Makhan Singh. He could with tongue firmly in cheek. This is one of the great semifinal events here in the Global Wrestling Federation Television Championship Tournament. The winner of this match will advance to that three-man final, where we'll have the coin flip. So the winner of this match is is going to wrestle again. We don't know who, or we don't know how many times. It could be once, it could be twice. Oh, boy.
Well, I'm surprised Chris Walker's arms could reach that far.
Absolutely.
He's got the hands interlocked.
Like wrapping your arms around a Volkswagen.
I was thinking more like a Volkswagen bus.
If he's a bus, I don't think anybody's steering him. Look at Makhan Singh. He's complaining about something over there.
And he was holding the tight.
Yeah, right.
I don't think you can get much leverage on that outfit.
Not too much at all. I don't want to put my hands anywhere near his tights. And to think how popular this man used to be before he pulled what's got to be considered a scam of the ages over on all the wrestling fans, pretending to be this Norman from an insane asylum, and that whole thing, the scam of the decade. That should be like on an unsolved mystery as to how he got away with that.
Well, now, Makhan Singh is saying, I'll try to knock you down. Once you try to knock me down, and he does. Singh says, that's it. Check, please. I'm out of here. Good night, everyone. Drive safely.
Yeah, he's leaving the arena. Well, now he's thought better of it. He turned right before he headed out and started going back toward the dressing room, thought better of it. Winner's paycheck in a tournament match, certainly a lot better than the losers. Makhan Singh got one heck of a bill every month at Taco Bell. Oh, the boss probably picks that up. This boss thing, Craig, I don't know. Who is the boss? Where does he get his money? Who else is involved in this thing?
And what is the organization? You know, there seems to be some kind of alliance between Rip Rogers and Makhan Singh because they both talk about the boss. But with bringing together wrestlers like that, there's got to be not only a boss, but somebody who can organize this situation.
Absolutely.
Right now in this situation, Conan Chris Walker trying to stay away from the power of the big man from Pakistan, Makhan Singh. Singh sends Walker into the ropes and comes down with a clothesline. Walker and Singh have about the same sized arms, except one's a little bit more put together than the other one. I guess a little firmer, if you will.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, Singh has not had lunch, has not had dinner. Well, I take it back. Maybe he just wants an extra dessert as he tries to take it out of the forehead of Chris Walker. Walker. Have a good look. Have a good look. Well, we've had a good look, and we've seen about enough out of Makhan Singh, I'll tell you that. This man is just Looney Tunes personified. Singh with a boot.
And you can see that both men starting to show the effects of a long match. They know what's at stake in this thing. The GWF Television Championship tournament final position. The winner goes to the finals. Will be one of three. We'll then have a coin flip to determine who gets to buy into the actual finals.
Once again, somebody's sending him over the top rope, which is not a disqualification in the Global Wrestling Federation. Right into the ring post goes Conan Chris Walker. Now take a look at the steps.
Oh.
But as breaking the count, Makhan Singh gets back into the ring to break the count by Sean O'Brien.
Going in, I wouldn't have thought a headbutt from Makhan Singh would have hurt too much because it's obviously empty, but apparently he stuffed it full of something enough to drop the big fella back on the arena floor.
Singh now with Walker sends him into the side of the turnbuckle. Now to the other side, and I think he might have even missed the turnbuckle and got the coupling there.
Chris Walker really feeling the effects now as Makhan Singh starting to turn it up an extra notch to try to take Walker out of this tournament. You got to think right now, it looks like Makhan Singh is going to be one of the three finalists who will advance to the coin flip scenario, which will follow our next match.
And now Singh gets him set up for the Karachi. Nobody home! No front there, Walker. Walker says, I'm out of the way. Now it's time to get back swinging again. Drop kick by Walker. Puts the big man down. Another drop kick by Conan, Chris Walker. Singh picks up his turban. Singh hits him in the midsection, and now bringing the turban into the ring. Sean O'Brien says, you've got a count of 5 to break that.
He's trying to hang Walker.
Just giving him a necktie, I guess, wanting to make him a true Pakistani. And that's a disqualification. Chris Walker will win it, but may pay the price. Craig Johnson along with, Makhan Singh. This is the first chance I've had to talk to you, and I don't understand. What's in the bag?
You know something, Craig Johnson? You seem to be awful nosy. You're awful dumb as well. Nosy and dumb, dumb and ugly, all that combination, there's no way to go through life. I'll tell you something. You need a makeover. You need a change. You need a change like Makhan Singh. You people want to come out here and call me Norman. You want to wave little toys, little teddy bears in front of my face and think I like you and I want to be by you. Well, get something straight. I don't like you and I don't want to be by you. People used to think they could lead me around with a key. They used to think they could control me. Nobody controls me. The only thing that controls me is what the boss is offering me. The boss is handing me that big roll of money day after day after day. He told me that's all I need to get through in this world. He said, we come over here to America, we stay in America, all we need is our money, that green money. Thank you, boss. I'll take that money, and the rest of you Americans can suffer.
Back in Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Enter the T2 telephone sweepstakes and lend the Terminator a hand.
An average 3-minute call costs $4.85. Call 1-900-933-8376.
And you could win an endoskeleton hand, plus Midway's T2 video arcade game, an NES game unit with LJN's T2 cartridge, and more. $1.95 the first minute, $1.45 for each additional minute. Under 18, hands off, or get your parents' permission. Touch-tone phone only.
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why sports cream? Massaging sports cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why sports cream? Because it works.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. With 6 rich lubricants for less irritation. You've got the edge.
Now look at Adrian Street. This is highly, highly unorthodox. They don't teach you that kind of stuff in wrestling school, but it's worked for Adrian Street, as he has had a very long, illustrious career as a wrestler. There's the old Royal Forest of Dean tongue-sticking outer thing. Whatever you call that move. I don't know. I've never seen it before. Buddy Landell not knowing how to approach the exotic one, and a go-behind hammerlock by Street has Landell wrapped up. And look at the extra pressure Street is putting on by grabbing the chin. That's got to hurt that neck a lot more than the arm. And Street really rocking and rolling in there with the nature boy, as it were, Buddy Landell.
Well, the full Nelson chain wrestling moves in the snapmare, into the boot to the sternum. And Adrian Street is enjoying this. Buddy Landell perplexed.
You get the idea that Adrian Street doesn't do anything that he's not having a good time at. Even in there against Buddy Landell, he's smiling, he's dancing around, prancing around. Buddy Landell is just permanently mad at everybody. And now he's mad at the fans. Look at this. How does he expect to ever be able to walk the streets of Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Los Angeles, California with an attitude like that? How can he? Everybody hates the guy.
Well, Adrian Street, who knows good and well that winning the television championship could very well sell him another 1 million records over in Europe, and Give him his 4th gold record in a row. Not bad. This is one of those European submission moves, putting pressure on the knee. You only see that particular submission move over in Europe. But like we said, the top stars from around the globe, and watch out. This can tear some tendons, and hello there. Stretching out the leg bicep, putting pressure on the tendons in the knee. Adrian Street putting all the pressure. Now, here is a man who claims to have a pretty good figure 4 in Buddy Landell, but there's no way you could put on a figure 4 if your knees aren't working correctly.
Absolutely. Look at the bridge by Adrian Street as he had Buddy Landell just wrapped up. Buddy Landell had no way out. Adrian Street couldn't put him in a pinning predicament from that position, so he had to come out of it himself, but not before he did an immense amount of damage to Buddy Landell. And the Nature Boy reeling from the attack of this very unorthodox Englishman.
What? Speaking of unorthodox, I wonder if he played soccer like that, taking his foot up and just kicking him like that. But Landell says, well, I'm not impressed with that.
I'd get a red card in any self-respecting soccer organization.
Landell with a series of boots and a forearm. And now trying to take away a little bit of the vision. Just raking those up.
I understand Buddy Landell just barely missed the 1984 Olympics. His television was broken.
Adrian Street, I do know, was at the 84 Olympics. As a matter of fact, he was part of the Arts Festival there as he debuted one of his songs. I believe that was off his 2nd album. Street with a hit there 2 times. And Exotic Adrian, oh! That uppercut, the splash, trying to become another finalist, and count of 2 before Buddy Landell gets the arm up.
Buddy Landell always knows where he is in that ring. Anytime he's looking up, counting the lights, he knows where he is. He knows the count. He knows exactly how much time he can lay there and take a 2 count before he has to raise that arm. He is not dumb enough to be pinned like that. Buddy Landell is a wily ring veteran. He's smart enough to know when to raise that shoulder and take just a little breather by counting those lights.
The winner of this match will go into the 3-way coin flip to determine the man who will go straight to the championship match. The other 2 men have to meet each other in a playoff to get that championship spot.
The other 2 men being the Patriot and Chris Walker. The Patriot, very impressive, working his way through the tournament. Chris Walker defeating Makhan Singh by disqualification earlier. He may go into that final coin flip scenario just a little bit less ready than the other ones, because he was almost destroyed by Makhan Singh using that orange turban.
Buddy Landell feeling the wrath of Exotic Adrian Street and says, hey, I don't need this. I'm just going to take a little respite here, but Adrian Street won't give him much of one.
Adrian Street not one to respect Buddy Landell, and that puts him in a strong majority of people. But here's Landell again. Watch your feet.
He gets it. Landell gets it. So here we'll go into the coin flip to determine the man to go to the championship match. And after a couple of features, we will be back.
If you've been using this to take care of vinyl, leather, and rubber, you're going to like new vinyl a whole lot more because it goes on easier, lasts longer, and protects better. Watch. We applied this to one of the front seats. Now, as instructed, we'll wait. While waiting, we'll wipe new vinyl on the dashboard, door panels, the tires, and now the other seat. New vinyl dries in seconds. There's no waiting, no rubbing, no buffing. But with the other product, there's more work. You have to go back to wipe off the excess wetness. Now, to prove new vinyl lasts longer, we applied both products to this car's vinyl top. And look, after 52 car washes, only the new vinyl side still shines like new. New vinyl is not just for cars. Use it on furniture all around the house. So if you've been using this, try new vinyl. We guarantee you'll like it better or your money back.
New vinyl available at Sears, Woolworth, Rite Aid, True Value, Ace Hardware, Western Auto, Eckert Drug, Walgreens, Kmart, and other leading stores.
NASCAR racing's hot car is the Chevy Lumina, piloted by jockeys like Daytona champion Ernie Irvan.
My Lumina puts me in victory lane. Here's your chance to win the Lumina of your choice, like a new Z34. From now until the halfway point of ESPN's next Pick the Winning Chevy race, you can call and enter the number of the Lumina you think will finish highest in the race for just 99 cents a minute. The winner will be selected from all correct phone and mail entries. Hey, nice job. See you Sunday on ESPN.
You've seen some of the great action of the television title tournament, and now we're getting ready for the finals. It takes a lot of heart for anybody, let alone the men who are in the finals, to get through to the finals.
Absolutely. It's our version of March Madness. You know how excited you get when the NCAA basketball tournament comes around. You just follow that big bracketing they put in the newspaper. You fill it out. Who do you want to win? You try to run it all the way through. Who's going to make it to the finals? Well, fans have done the same thing here in the GWF, but now it's down to two men. The finalists for the GWF Television Championship. And Craig, I can't stress enough how prestigious the GWF Television Championship is. We don't just defend that television championship in 4 or 5 arenas around a certain area of the country. This is truly global. Japan, Mexico, Canada, all over the world, the other countries in the world, England, Austria, Germany, Spain, the corporate headquarters of the GWF in Barcelona. It's going all over the world. It is a prestigious championship, the global television title.
And the thing that we really want to emphasize to you is it's not over after the television tournament. Still to come, we'll have the light heavyweight tournament. We will have, due to a special situation, which we'll get into on future news centers, the global tag team tournament. Yes. And then the biggest challenge in the North American part of the GWF, the North American heavyweight title, with some of the biggest stars from around the globe, and in North America in particular, some guys who have been looking for a title shot here in the GWF.
Many of the wrestlers in the television title tournament who did not make it to the finals, and even the man who loses the final round will come right back in and try to get the North American Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be the greatest tournament of all time.
We'll have more next time on the Wrestling News Center.
Bonnie Blackstone here in the Global Dome with one of our GWF fans. This is Bob Hazelwood. Bob participates in the sports forum on CompuServe on his computer. Tell me, you had a comment about Stan Lane and James E. Cornette. What was that?
Yes, Bonnie, I've been watching Stan Lane's career for a long time. He's a tremendous wrestler. I got to tell you, though, it's Jim Cornette that takes Stan Lane to levels beyond normal people. Cornette makes Stan Lane what he is.
All right, this is Bob Hazelwood. Right now, we are headed up to the ring for our next matchup here in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Look fast, because the hands on this watch are about to disappear. Now, look again, and they're back. Why do these hands disappear? Because they're not really hands at all. They're actually electronic pulses of light. Introducing the amazing laser beam wristwatch. Destined to become a legend in its own time, we believe it will soon be one of the most sought-after watches in history. However, as part of a special publicity campaign, we will send you one of these amazing new laser beam luxury watches. Not for the hundreds of dollars you might expect, but for only $10. But to get your amazing laser beam wristwatch for only $10, you must act now. If you call within the next 30 minutes, you can order a second laser beam watch for only $5, just half price.
To order, call toll-free 1-800-366-9898. That's 1-800-366-9898.
New Jack City. Newsday calls it a state-of-the-art gangster movie. Thumbs up, fresh and honest. A gritty anti-drug message. Roger Ebert. New Jack City. Look for it at your video store.
At the first tickly itch of athlete's foot, Xennial. Killing those grungy fungi before they get cracking and burning. Go get that can now, or else don't blame Xennial.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, to my right, from anywhere that displays the American flag proudly, the Patriot! And to my left, from Atlanta, Georgia, Chris Walker!
Chris Walker to go against the Patriot. This should be a great scientific matchup between two of the fan favorites in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Once again, Craig, the luck of the draw. The Patriot against Chris Walker. We've had matches between friends. We've had matches between enemies all through this tournament. Here is a match between two great friends who spend an awful lot of time in the gym, as obvious, as just personified by those bodies in there, the Patriot and Chris Walker.
Now, because of the nature of this match, the winner to take on Nature Boy Buddy Landell, Landell has been allowed to remain at ringside to observe the match and, I guess, get a little bit more advantage. Not only does he get the rest, he gets to scout his opponent.
Well, these are the three finalists, and the rules of the tournament stated, the contract signed by all the tournament entrants stated that the man who drew the bye would remain at ringside. That's in order for us to go straight to that final match. Now, here's Landell. What in the world can Buddy Landell be doing up on the ring apron? He has no interest in who wins this match. He's probably going to face the toughest challenge of his life no matter who wins it. I think Landell just really wants to get himself on television, Greg, or something, because he has nothing to add to this match. These are two perfectly matched individuals, the Patriot and Chris Walker.
You know, Dick Vitale talks about all the PT, all the playing time. According to Nature Boy Buddy Landell, the most important thing to him is AT, airtime.
The airtime, baby! It's awesome!
Wait a minute. No. Please, no Dickie D impersonation. This is an important match. Let's get to the action. As Landell looks on, nice hip toss by the Patriot. The crowd really not knowing how to take this match. Two of their fan favorites, who do they root for? The man from Atlanta, Georgia, or the man from Atlanta, Georgia, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and all the suburbs around. Everywhere from sea to shining sea, the Patriot.
Chris Walker, the Patriot. I couldn't have picked a better semifinal playoff match if I had, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, could have put this thing together from the very beginning. This is a great match. I really hate that one of these two men is going to be out of the tournament, because we can't really say that this is the finals, even though these are two finalists. This is the playoff match between two of the three finalists. And that coin flip, I don't know. You were in the ring, Craig. It looked legit from where I stood, but...
it was, unless Landell did something behind all of our backs.
I don't think we could have missed anything Buddy Landell did. We had 4 or 5 cameras trained on him. We had this arena full of people watching him. I was watching him. I just find it hard to believe that somebody like Buddy Landell normally seems to go his way.
Well, Buddy, getting a little bit too close to the action there. Maybe hurt his hand. And now Buddy Landell threatening to come into the ring to take on Chris Walker.
You know, competent officiating is a welcome relief here in the GWF. We've had other wrestling associations with kind of refereeing going on. Right there, Sean O'Brien stopped Buddy Landell right in his tracks before Buddy got into the ring. I don't know that I wouldn't have liked to see Buddy get in there, because he really would have got his ticket punched by the Patriot and Chris Walker.
The Patriot with a hammerlock on the powerful left arm of Chris Walker, who reverses it with a nice duck under. Have you ever seen two more beautifully built bodies in the same ring in your entire life?
Absolutely not. Not ever have I seen two men more finely honed in the body sculpting than these two. Arguments can be made that there are better bodies across these United States in various locations, but never in the wrestling ring have I seen two who matched up each other, who matched together, rather, just like Walker and Patriot. Truly an incredible sight.
Both men with various and sundry tests of strength. And some fans that really don't enjoy scientific matches, as an announcer, I've got to say that I do, because very rarely do you get to see two men, even Steven, just going at it with all the power moves nice firemen carry right there.
And if you've ever carried a fireman, you know it looks nothing like that.
Look at it, nothing like that either.
Oh, boy. I really hate that Buddy Landell got the break on that coin flip. I don't know how in the world I can express my dissatisfaction with that. Although there's just no way Buddy Landell cheated on that. He tried to. We caught him a couple of times. You all caught him in the ring in there. But I don't know. There's something rotten in Denmark when Buddy Landell, of the three out there, two, the Patriot and Chris Walker, obviously, upstanding citizens, great Americans, perfectly sculpted athletes, and the third is just the exact opposite of all that, Buddy Landell, and he gets the break.
Well, if you were Landell, who would you want to face here? It's almost an even-Steven situation.
Probably referee Sean O'Brien. If Buddy Landell had his say-so in it, it would not be one of the two men in the ring right now. It would be O'Brien and not Walker or Patriot.
If these two men look tired, they've had to go through. This is now match number 4. In order to even win a championship, they have to go through 5. Meanwhile, Landell getting the break on the outside of the ring, just getting to watch these two men go at it.
And here's where Landell is making a, whoa, watch it.
Roll up, count of 1, count of 2, and Walker almost gets the chance to go for the championship.
Didn't want to miss that one, but here's where Landell is making his mistake. He should be in the dressing room right now doing some final stretching, maybe laying down somewhere, getting his breath back, taking a drink of water back there, stretching himself out, maybe just lifting a few weights to get his strength back. He just wrestled the match, catching his breath, but no, he's going to stand out here, and there's a good look at the guy, going to interject himself into the match, going to make himself known on television, and just really waste time that he could be putting to much, much better use.
Well, Chris Walker now, and the Patriots sizing each other up. There's been really no advantage by either man in this match, and that's a perfectly legal forearm by the Patriot. One more forearm. Walker sent into the corner. Patriot comes in and misses with a shoulder. Goes in with that shoulder, and that's the shoulder he uses to implement the Patriot missile.
And whatever happens in this match, keep in mind, fans, that the winner of the match still has to wrestle Buddy Landell. That's not like wrestling Bubba Fangman or Izzy Slapowitz or somebody like that. That's wrestling a top-notch wrestler who also has just had a 7, 10, however long this match goes, has had that much of rest. So you got to think that coin flip was everything in this tournament, Craig.
And now going to work on that shoulder that went awry, so to speak, is Conan Chris Walker on the Patriot.
The interesting thing here with two men who are just built almost exactly the same in the ring together, they know how to wrestle each other because they know their own weaknesses. Chris Walker's weaknesses, probably, arguably, the same weaknesses the Patriot has because they're basically built exactly the same. The points of balance really come into play. You work on the arms, you work on the legs, you work on the head. You soften him up with the body slams. You soften him up with that type of maneuver to get to the point of balance, to take the man to the mat, to put him down for that 1, 2, 3.
Well, here goes the Patriot up to the top. Could he trying to be put on the Patriot missile? He's ready, he gets it and misses it. The trajectory was just off just by a minute bit. Walker will go to the top. The Patriot is injured. Walker is shoved up by Landell. O'Brien wasn't able to see it, and the cover by the Patriot. But the Patriot is in. Now Landell going after that shoulder. Buddy Landell trying to make. This is not the championship match. This is not the match. Landell trying to make sure the Patriot does not make it to the championship match. Buddy Landell going to work on the shoulder of the Patriot.
Harwell with a word about the independent agents who represent Citizens Insurance Company. At Citizens, we offer a full range of property and liability protection for autos, homes, boats, and businesses. But we know that it's our statewide network of independent agents that really makes insurance work for you. Citizens takes pride in working with some of Michigan's finest independent insurance agents. Knowledgeable, professional agents. Agents who live in and understand the needs of their local communities. Chances are you may already know one. So if you're looking for auto, home, boat, or business insurance, talk to someone you can trust, your local independent Citizens agent.
Working together since 1973, Citizens Insurance Company and the Harbor Brand agencies provide quality insurance protection for all of your insurance needs, for your home, boat, auto, and business. The Harbor Brand agencies, known for the company we keep.
Wrestling fans, I am here with the man in red, white, and blue that has all of the wrestling world talking. He's called the Patriot, and everybody's wanting to know who he is, where he's from, where did this body come from. But, Patriot, I understand that for some reason you have decided to keep your identity hidden.
Well, I certainly have, but as far as where I come from, I'm not going to keep that hidden. I come from everywhere, Joe. I'm all over this country, and it's more than just a tangible object. It's more than just something you can reach out and touch. It's also a spirit of pride and a spirit of patriotism that I represent the American people.
Well, this masked man, as we said, has absolutely taken the wrestling world by storm. One of the things that everyone is talking about is this Patriot's missile. This shoulder and this elbow, and it's like we never know where it's coming from, but it always comes off the top rope. So far, it's been very good for you here in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Well, it certainly has, and just like in the war in the Middle East, just like Operation Desert Storm, when we sent those Patriot missiles up to intercept those Scuds from the enemy, that's exactly where I'm coming from, and that's what my Patriot missile is all about, to take down the enemy whenever I possibly have to.
That's the Patriot here in the GWF.
Bonnie Blackstone back with you here in the Global Dome with Gentleman James E. Cornette and Stan Lane. Earlier, one of our viewers was asking a question about Stan Lane, and they wanted to know.
Wait a minute, Blackstone. First of all, let me say, don't dribble all over the microphone while you're standing next to the gangster of love. You're liable to electrocute yourself. Your hair be standing up like Don King. Second of all, what do we care what some stupid fan wants to know? 3 teeth in his mouth, dribbling all over his face. What do we care what they want to ask, huh?
They're very interested in knowing about his career.
Go ahead, ask the question. Get it over with. Get it out of your system.
And they'd like to know if you're always going to be managed by Gentleman James E.
And just why shouldn't I? You know, this guy's taken me to the very top, the very pinnacle, the epitome of tag team wrestling for the past 6 years, Miss Blackstone. And now that we stood on top of the mountain and surveyed and said, we've done good. Now we're going to conquer this singles mountain. And this guy will be right beside me the whole way up the mountain and on top of the mountain, and we decide to come down again.
On the ground, they're just like other men.
I'm not. R2. I'm not. R2.
But in the air, they're like no one else. Charlie Sheen.
Be careful out there. I'll be just fine.
Lloyd Bridges.
Had a better part of my bladder blown off the Guadalcanal.
Carrie Elways.
I came to get my chafing fish.
Valeria Golino. And Saddam Hussein as himself. Hot Shots, a Jim Abrams film. Rated PG-13. Starts Wednesday, July 31st.
Fans across the country, get ready for the Global Wrestling Federation. Action all over the place. For example, the Sportatorium in Dallas. Great action there every single week.
That's right, the storied Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. One great night of wrestling after another. The history of the Sportatorium. Great to have it as part of Global.
You'll see great Global Wrestling Federation action all across the country. See it when it comes near you.
All-star Barry Larkin leads the Reds charge toward the top of the NL West. The power and speed of Barry Bonds ignites the first-place Pirates attack. It's a League Championship Series rematch live on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
We got to get some order down here. And once again, the Patriot. Well, according to the rules, I've been told this is the final match. There is no rest period.
I thought that at least the Patriot would get the rest period here.
Well, Buddy Landell going straight to work.
The Patriot just wrestled a very intense match with Chris Walker. The Patriot getting the best of Chris Walker only after Buddy Landell interferes, costing Chris Walker the match. Grueling match between those two friends, and now Landell taking advantage of the situation and working over the Patriot. Patriot still groggy from the Walker match. Landell absolutely a master at deceit and taking advantage of a situation, as you can see right now. The Patriot really having a tough time, and Landell making it tougher with that type of maneuver.
2, 3, get off of him.
Senior referee Sean O'Brien doing the best he can to keep Buddy Landell off of the Patriot. The Patriot, the 5th match in this tournament for the man. Grueling tournament, covered in sweat. Buddy Landell will not have much trouble taking out the Patriot in this situation.
Well, we said that the man who won the coin flip would be the favorite, and I guess Buddy Landell has just proven the point. He's just going to town on the Patriot. He said, well, you know, I didn't want to wait. I've had all the rest. He doesn't need any rest. Let's get it going, and he did. Much to the chagrin of the fans at ringside, much to the chagrin of the media here going, wait a minute, this isn't how you start a championship match, but according to the contract, it said it right there. No rest period. As soon as you start, boom. And the Patriot wishes he could have had a little bit of a rest period. The Patriot working with that bad wing, if you will.
And Buddy Landell, we refrain from making predictions throughout this tournament, Craig, here on Supercard, but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't see how the Patriot can fight back against these odds. He has wrestled 4 men. He has defeated 4 men. He just defeated Chris Walker in the most grueling match of the tournament. Just out on his feet when that match ended, and Landell took advantage, jumped in, took advantage of the codicil in the contract, and he knew, he had his lawyers reading those contracts, he knew that the Patriot was not entitled to a rest period, but here's the Patriot coming back, but so briefly. Landell knew the Patriot was not entitled to a rest period. Landell didn't give him even a 1/10 of a second before he jumped in the ring and started working over this great American.
Nature Boy Buddy Landell picking up the Patriot, still going to work on that arm and shoulder. The left arm that in the match against Chris Walker had gone into the turnbuckle. He missed with a Patriot missile, and if it weren't for the interference of Buddy Landell, it may very well have been Chris Walker in this, but instead, come to think of it, maybe that's what Landell had in mind.
Maybe Landell knew. Maybe when he saw the Patriot injure himself in that match, he said, if I can get Chris Walker defeated, I can take on a man with a broken wing. And that's exactly what he did. And now the Patriot really having a tough time with the Nature Boy. And I got to think this may be it for the Patriot here.
Count of 2! Oh, so close! Sean O'Brien's hand was about 2 centimeters from the ring. And a 3 count. There's a count of 1, count of 2. Landell may have it, but the Patriot gets the shoulder up. He has not given up yet.
The Patriot coming back unbelievably. Now Landell's going for the figure 4. This is definitely going to do it for the Patriot. What a tournament for this guy.
He's holding on to the rope, too. Count of 2. And O'Brien turns around and sees that something is definitely rotten. Not only in Denmark, but around the globe. Count of 1, count of 2. Almost a count of 3. O'Brien in quite a predicament here. He has to check the shoulders, has to look one way to check the shoulders, but can't see what's going on behind him.
That's like we said, competent officiating sometimes has its drawbacks. Sean O'Brien making sure the Patriot's shoulders are down before he starts to count, has to take his eyes away from that conniving Buddy Landell, and Landell takes advantage, grabs hold of the ropes for extra leverage, and there he got caught. Sean O'Brien catches Landell using the ropes for leverage. He's going to make him break it.
Well, sometimes that competent officiating comes through, and it did right there.
But regardless of that, Craig, we can't forget the fact that damage was done. The Patriot was in the figure 4 lead lock of Buddy Landell for, a minute 10, a minute 20 seconds. That has got to hurt. That's taking away that other point of balance. He's lost a shoulder. Now he's lost a leg as a point of balance. Buddy Landell methodically destroying the Patriot. He's going to be the television champion of the GWF.
Buddy Landell with things well in hand. Landell wrestling his 4th match, the Patriot in his 5th match. And look at the Patriot! The Patriot!
Oh, yeah.
Flexing the muscles. He's getting his 2nd win. Coming in from the West Coast. Sends them to the East Coast. Hits them with the elbow. The Patriot coming back.
There's no way Landell could have prepared for this, Craig. The Patriot catches him across the chest with the clothesline, and Buddy Landell is down.
Landell gets up after a count of 2. The Patriot goes up, misses with the elbow, lands right on that bad shoulder. Landell tries to roll him up, has the cradle, 1, 2, but his foot's on the rope. His foot's on the rope. He was caught. He's having words with referee Sean O'Brien. Here comes the Patriot. There's the roll-up. 1, 2, 3.
The Patriot wins the title, Craig.
The Patriot is the television champion.
Fans will be right back with more action. There you have him. There you see him. The new GWF television champion, the Patriot. We'll be right back.
What's more natural than natural light? When the feast runs deep, fresh and flavorful, what's more natural than Natural Light beer? Because where there's good food and good times, it's always natural. Natural Light from Anheuser-Busch. Just naturally right with all those good things from the sea you love to eat. So when you really put something into a meal,
what's more natural than Natural Light?
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt, why sports cream? Massaging sports cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine smell, no odor. Why sports cream? Because it works.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you get the edge with 6 rich lubricants for less irritation. You get the edge.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am standing here with the Global Wrestling Federation television champion from sea to shining sea, the Patriot. Now, with the rules of the tournament, you didn't have a rest period, and Landell just tried to come in and get the quick 1, 2, 3 on you without any rest at all.
Well, give credit to Landell because he took advantage of the situation just like a true professional. He had a little more rest, and I'd hurt my arm against Chris Walker, so he took advantage, he capitalized. But you know what? Because of these people here, and because of the millions of other Patriots across this great land of ours, we reached down for a little bit more. When it took something, we reached down inside and we got it from within our souls. And here we are on top of the world. In global. Yeah.
The Patriot coming through. 5 matches to get through it.
Well, that's part of being a professional athlete. You can't moan and groan when the deck is stacked against you. Sometimes it goes good, and sometimes you got to climb that hill. And tonight we climbed that mountain, and we've reached the mountaintop, and this is what was waiting on us.
To the fans in the Global Dome, I present to you the Global Wrestling Federation television champion, the Patriot. What a tournament it has been. And we have a lot more to come for you on Supercard throughout the summer and for years to come. It's only the beginning. For Scott Hudson, Joe Pedicino, and Bonnie Blackstone, I'm Craig Johnson. We'll see you next time on Supercard.